Hello, hello, good people. It's Friday. Yep, I have my husband with me. Woo, woo, woo. Walk and talk. Let's see. Maybe we'll do a walk and talk about something. What you want to talk about, baby? What should we talk about? Our journey, relationships.
Wealth.
Oh, wealth. Okay, let's go. The red line extension is coming. So we're in Chicago. As you can tell, this is not old town because ain't no sun out here. No sun, and it's a little chilly. So that's why I had to get up out of, or he's on his way. So let's talk about wealth, and elevation. Doing something different in life, dreaming it and living it. If you can see it in your mind, you can become it. So on today, what is it that y'all are thinking about and maybe afraid to do? Because it can be scary to take a step out, and do something different. But it's called life.
Yeah.
Why not live life? Try something new. The thing is, you can always go back to where you came from, but why would you want to, right? The world is so big. I say try something different, try something unique, and then see how it goes. That can lead you to other things. I believe if you just stay in the same space, if you just stay
idle, you get nothing. You get the same results.
So, come on. If you
gotta step up, make a difference.
Yeah.
If you want better, then you gotta do things better. You gotta have a change of mind.
That's right.
So that's what it's all about.
Mindset, right? Build that mindset up. And what does that mean? Sometimes you gotta get from around those people that you're around. Yeah, because
in fear. Nothing wrong with fear. Step out.
Actually, a lot of times fear is direction. Because when you're afraid to do something,
right,
a lot of times that's where God is, because God wants you dependent on Him.
That's true.
He don't want you to say, ooh, He wants you to know you can do it all by yourself. Well, then where would you need Him? So fear a lot of times is a good space to be in when you're thinking about making decisions and movement, and fear will come to stop you. But I think in God's case, it comes to push you in that direction. So think about that, because I think a lot of time our mind thinks differently. We think if we're afraid, we shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But to me, that means
should.
Yes. Should. Take that step forward. What else you got to say, husband? You want to talk about wealth?
Well, enjoy, building a foundation.
What do you think is the biggest wealth builder? What has built us, to where?
Homes.
Property?
Okay. Yeah.
So,
real estate.
And I was just watching this lady on YouTube the other day. Well, it's so much real estate around here, and people don't want to buy in the hood. But the hood doesn't stay the hood. No. The hood ends up turning around, when it gets dilapidated like this, when it starts looking like it does right here, that is a gold mine, because somebody's gonna come in here and fix it up, and then the hood will no longer be the hood. See, when you have access to, there's a train over here, maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but when you have access, it's a chance to rebuild. It's a chance to get downtown. It's access to so many different things. And so, that's a gold mine, but people don't look at it like that. And it's a shame as Black people, that a lot of times we allow the hood to stay the hood because we won't even fix up our own stuff. You have a property and you won't even fix up your own home. That is a gold mine. It is the biggest builder of wealth. Like I said, I was watching a lady on YouTube, and she said owning property can exponentially grow your finances, your wealth, by like 65 to 80%. Because sometimes you can even get properties and buy them straight off of somebody. They don't even know what they have, but they're willing to give it up for little of nothing.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing about saving money, investing, have investments, so that you can be able to pull from when there are good deals out here to get. So we bought a home in the quote unquote hood. Now, Hope Bryant says, buy the worst block, no, buy the worst house on the best block.
On the best block.
And no, did he say that? buy the worst house on the best block, I think.
On the best block?
By the, okay, so anyway, let me explain it like this. If it's the hood, right? You buy a house that don't look like nothing. It looks pretty much like you see these houses right here.
Right.
It's gonna look like that, but you fix it up. And then actually, there used to be a program out here in Indiana that this one lady was hitting called Buy the Block. And so you buy one, you fix that up, you move another person in there, that pays for your next, it funds your next. So then you can take over the block and make that block, beautiful. And the thing about it is, we bought our house for, I think it was $22,500. Was that 2019? Yeah, 2019. And, it was a gold mine for us. It brought us, now if we would have held it to now, my God, what it would be worth. But, that's the thing. Like, property is always going to increase in value. I don't care if you sit on it, and hopefully you sit on it, but you use it. You use it for, income. You use it, look, empty church. Only in the hood, right? But somebody is going to come along and they're going to snatch up all this stuff. If you got a non-for-profit, this would be great. You could have a whole building. You could have a private school. You got adjoined property there. So we have to start looking from not what we have on our backs, not what we wearing on our backs. Me and my husband, I'm gonna speak for myself. I used to be a Gucci, Louis, I need this, blah, blah, blah. Now I could care less about that stuff. Well, maybe because I had it or have it, I don't need that stuff. Let me get doors. How many doors can I get? Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. By the block, I want 9 doors. That would be great. Buy a whole block, right? And another thing, as African or Black people, we don't do is pull our funds together. We don't work together in community with each other. Is that dog? Is that? Oh, he on the other fence? Okay. Yeah, we don't pull our money together. We're so afraid. We don't trust each other. And so that's what all other cultures will live together. They'll build one family member and then boom, send them out. They're pouring back into each other. They're seeding back into each other. Why don't we do that? I know it probably comes from slavery, but we have to think differently. If we really want to grow wealth, we need each other. And I'll tell you the other thing, a wealth builder, marriage. Look, since we have been married, I started out bringing home, this is sad to say, but I was working at my testimony, right? I was working at
we all started.
What's the school called? Like a
Magnum school?
No. It's like a alternative school. And I was bringing home $1,500 a month as a disciplinarian. That ain't nothing. Can I tell you how many X times that almost 10 years later I am bringing in? And same thing with my husband. Businesses have grown, right? So look, if you can find or allow somebody in your life, it is one of the biggest wealth builders as well. Okay, so we just have to start thinking about outside of the box. We think the same way and we receive the same results. So I say marriage, property, and investments, because those investments, they compound, meaning that money don't just add. But I love multiplication. It multiplies. And so that's what you want in your life. When you get your check, if you already spent your check, it's a problem. Yep. We got to start moving differently. I like this walk and talk with my husband. Yeah, it's different, right? So, what do you want to close out with? What words of advice would you give, to the people? Because
stop procrastinating. Just get up and do it. Get up and make it happen. If you got something you want to do and you're thinking about doing it, just get up and try it.
Ooh, that's what my coach say.
Yeah, get up and try it. Anything can happen.
Come on.
You can always.
You won't know.
There is no failure. There is no failure.
You will never know if you don't try. She say, my coach, Dr. Tracy, says, look, you got to try it. Right. You won't know it unless you try it.
Right.
Not trying it in your mind.
Right. Because
you could tell yourself all kind of stuff in your mind. It's not, you have to actually do it to see if that's for you.
Right.
And you'll know, you'll get a chance to see, okay, yeah, that fits with me, right? You'll see if that's a part of your purpose, because it'll start flowing.
Yes.
And if not, cool, you tried it. Okay? So that's all. That's our words of wisdom and encouragement for y'all on today. Yeah. And, I'm just taking advantage of this time that we have together to walk and talk, because another day we'll talk about our journey so far up to this point. All right? So, peace and love, people. We out. Bye.